Budweiser Shootout at Daytona, 1 lap away. Let's get the final stories from pit road, beginning with Marty Snyder.
And Bill, the man leading the field to the green flag, is Ken Schrader in his brand new Wood Brothers number 21 car. Kenny just told me moments ago he was climbing in. You know, it's a thrill to lead this field to the green flag, but honestly, I don't care about these first 69 laps. It's the last one. That's the only one I care about. Schrader has won this race twice, would love to win it for a third time. In fact, the last man to win this race from the Bud pole, Ken Schrader, back in 1989. Matt?
Marty, Elliott Sadler starts from the 6th position. He, like so many other drivers, know this race, even though it's a non-point event, can set the tone, positive or negative, for the rest of Speed Weeks. Now, Elliott, like Michael Waltrip, wants to watch and learn, see what he can pick up that can help carry him throughout the week. His teammates won this event. His car owners won this event. He says the pressure is on. It's probably going to come down to a move that can easily get you hung out and drop kick you to the back or send you right to victory lane. Dave?
Matt, Brian Vickers gave everyone a scare on Budweiser Shootout's first practice when he lost a motor right in front of Dale Earnhardt Jr. The team has reasoned that was a simple part failure. They replaced the motor. Don't think they'll have any more issues. Now, that car that Brian's driving is the same one that got wrecked on pit road here by Ryan Newman in the July Pepsi 400. It's a great race car here at Daytona. Ran in the top 10 then, and Brian expects it to do at least as well today. Alan?
You know, a football team gets some exhibition games to work new team members into their lineup under game conditions. Well, many of these race teams, the pit crews, have new team members, either free agents from other teams or men promoted from their own farm system. They make their debut under racing conditions today. There'll be a crucial late pit stop in this race. We'll see if a new team member can make the winning difference. Some drivers have to get used to new things as well, like a new spotter, for example.
Steve, you can't talk enough, okay? You need to be talking. The more you say about what's around me, the better I'm going to do. All righty.
That's Dale Earnhardt Jr. Steve Meal makes his return as junior spotter today, trying to guide that number 8 through any trouble that might happen on the track.
Thanks, guys. Enjoy the shootout down there on pit road. There'll be a 20-lap segment, then the field will be frozen. The cars will come to pit road for 10 minutes, then a 50-lap segment. You can only go about 35 laps on fuel, so there will be a pit stop that Alan talked about. It is a chilly day, breezy day here in Daytona, but it is sunny and it is dry. The fans have stuck around this weekend. They have come to see the shootout. First 20 laps, if it stays green, will go commercial-free. Pace car to pit road. Been a long time since Homestead. I know it's snowing where some people are, but we're going racing live on TNT. Race fans, winter's over, and the new season has begun. Schrader leads the first lap.
Isn't this fantastic, seeing these race cars back at Daytona?
Schrader takes the point. Now, these guys will be real patient this first segment anyway. They're just getting the cars up to speed right now and feeling things out. You won't see a whole lot of aggression here this first segment.
It's a 20-lap segment. Your scoring loop at the top will count down to the final lap of the first segment. 1 lap complete, 19 to go.
I thought that Elliott Sadler on the outside was going to get left, but looks like he is fighting back on the outside with a car right behind him. And that car is Scott Riggs.
An update from Alan Bestman.
Bill, just before the start of the race, Tom Baldwin, Elliott Sadler's new crew chief, came on the radio. This was a car that thought they could win the Daytona 500 pole earlier today. It didn't work out. He came on the radio, told Elliott and the team, I know we're disappointed we didn't get that trophy, but we've got a lot of racing left to do this week, including this one. Marty?
Alan, meantime, the man right behind him is Jimmie Johnson. Chad Knaus told me this morning we're trying an experimental setup. They won this race last year. He said, you know, I think the setup might work for the Daytona 500, but I won't know until we run it today. We'll find out. Matt?
To win this race, Marty, many drivers will say you've got to go on the aggressive approach, as Tony Stewart was battling side by side trying to take that lead. But before the drivers walked out on the stage, he pulled his young teammate Denny Hamlin aside. He said, this is your opening day to try to earn respect. Be patient. Don't make any zigzag aggressive type moves. Show these guys that you can run with them, and it will help out later in the week.
Big test for guys with little experience on a restrictor plate track.
5-car, Kyle Busch in the middle of that pack, was in the middle coming off of turn 2. Looked like he got a little bit sideways there. Man, you've got to be careful when you're in the middle there. You need to keep your line and not make any mistakes. Dave?
And Wally, do you remember how you described Kyle Busch in last year's Pepsi 400?
Yes.
The most fun car to watch? I think he's going to be that way again today. Spoke to him yesterday, and he felt like the car was going to be able to go to the front. It drives well, and Kyle is not afraid to be aggressive on this track.
Kyle Busch in that 5-car, the CarQuest machine. Right behind the 24 of Jeff Gordon.
And we see the 8-car of Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to work his way towards the front, right behind the 25 of Vickers. And man, are they close.
I'm telling you what, that 5-car is second time he looked real loose getting off turn 2 there.
50-year-old Ken Schrader at the front in the 21. Right in front of Tony Stewart. Matt Kenseth in that white 17. In front of Ryan Newman in the 12. An update on the leader from Marty Snyder.
And Schrader said he could see out the right side of his car just barely, and with information from the spotter, he said, I know that 38 up there is going to try to make a run. Let me know when he gets close. Schrader wants to block that run.
20 cars in a pack. The 55 of Michael Waltrip laying far behind the pack. An update on Nemechek from Allen.
Bill, Joe Nemechek feels the only way to approach this race is to be aggressive. He said there's no other way to attack Daytona, and he used that word, attack. Look for him to try and make some moves and get to the front.
Looks like the 17 car of Matt Kenseth may be overheating. It looks like he's pushing water out of the radiator.
I saw something. I couldn't tell exactly what it was, Wally. I thought maybe it might be tire smoke.
I think if you get a shot of the hood, right to the side of the hood on the windshield, see there? That's water coming out. That's usually where the engine starts overheating, and Matt's dropping back.
Matt Kenseth, who failed to complete.
Water around here. I told you something was wrong with this car all weekend. Got to put water in it.
So you got to put water in it. You're right, Wally. That was water coming out the overflow.
Can you nurse it, or is it lost water already? Pretty sure it's blowing up here. It's cooled down to 260. I got water pressure, so I'm going to try to run it until I get a caution. But it was packed and pissing water here, so something's wrong with the car. I knew there was something wrong with it the whole time.
It's been a disappointing day for Matt Kenseth. Failed to complete his qualifying run earlier today in qualifying for the Daytona 500.
Now, if he can just hang back here, not lose any more water, get the engine cooled off, because he's not running the pack. The car will run cooler now by itself. He can hang on for those until that break comes. They can put water in the engine, and he'll be fine. Just got to be careful not to push out too much of the water.
Casey Kane in the 9-car, tucked up right behind the 48 of Jimmie Johnson. An update on the 17 from Dave.
Well, Bill, just to point out what a bad luck day this has been for Matt Kenseth. Remember what happened in Daytona 500 qualifying earlier today. Lost a tire as he left pit road, and now this with the engine.
Tough day for Matt, crew chief Robbie Reiser, and the rest of that 17 bunch.
I tell you what, looks like that Elliott Sadler in that 38 is getting a real push. The last lap was on that by that 01 of Nemechek.
Schrader continues to lead. Tony Stewart searching for a way around the 21. Matt Yoakum.
Now, yesterday in the garage, BP, remember that conversation we had with Bob Osborne, Carl's crew chief? He said Carl runs the best in the bottom. The biggest thing they told him, go out and have fun. But his spotter, Bobby Hudson, said, be careful through the tri-oval. People have been wild, and they can really get you loose there.
Hey, what? Nemechek got on the inside. Nemechek in the 01 car. I wonder if Elliott Sadler has problems in the 38. He's dropping back pretty fast.
The yellow car on the high side of the racetrack. That's Nemechek in the 01. Sadler in the M&M's machine.
My guess would be a Hamlin situation with a 30.